So, is it even worth it? Without having an Osmo Pocket 2, or the Pocket 2 as they want to call it, in my hands at the moment, I can't really comment on the image quality difference, but I know the Osmo Pocket 1 very, very well, and I just want to throw my honest 2 cents in, and if it's worth upgrading to the newest version. What's going on, my friends? It's Jason here, all the way down under. Now, majority of you guys already know that the Osmo Pocket 2, or the Pocket 2, has been released, as they would like to call it, and there are a fair few opinions on this all the way on YouTube. I mean, there are a whole bunch of people that don't really use the Pocket 1, but you know, they're using the Pocket 2 and they're giving their opinions, so that's cool. It is what it is. They got the copy first, and we have to wait until we get our own copy. Now, with this video, this is just my opinion, and like I said, I haven't got my hands on the final product yet, so I can't really comment on the image quality that comes out of it. But the one great thing is, I'm not sponsored or affiliated with DJI, so I can say whatever the hell I want when it comes to these products. I mean, I love the Osmo Pocket 1, the original. This thing is incredible, but it's a love-hate relationship. There's a whole bunch of things that I suppose needed to be fixed, and the Pocket 2 has addressed a lot of those issues. But I want to make this video so you guys can make the right decision before spending your hard-earned cash. So the main thing I want to comment on, pretty much the accessories, or at least the lack of accessories it needs compared to the Osmo Pocket 1. Now, the Osmo Pocket 1 needed a Wi-Fi adapter, it needed the joystick adapter, it needed the audio attachment so you could plug in your own shotgun mic or lav mic, and it also needed a wider field of view. I know a lot of people were talking about a wider field of view, especially when it comes to vlogging. It's about a 24, I think, millimeter field of view equivalent or something like that. It was too close. I got really, really long hands, so it's not too bad for me, but I mean, wider could be better. That's where Freewell have actually made the wide angle lens, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, there are a few issues that DJI has addressed from this version to make new users happy. But with majority of these issues that were actually fixed with all the accessories that you could buy, like the control wheel, the Wi-Fi adapter, the audio adapter, the wide angle lens by Freewell, this leads me to the question that, is the Osmo Pocket 2 actually even worth it? Especially if you have all those things that fixed with the Osmo Pocket 1. So would you really need to upgrade? Because some of the specs are very, very similar. Now let's talk a few things about these specs. Now, firstly, the Wi-Fi. Now, there is no internal Wi-Fi in the Pocket 1, but now there is internal Wi-Fi. So if you are looking to connect your phone to the Pocket 2, that's easily done through the app. Beforehand, you had to connect this directly to the Osmo Pocket. You can still do that with the number 2, but you cannot do external Wi-Fi until you actually get the Wi-Fi module. Now, I personally like attaching my phone to the Osmo Pocket because it's really good for extra stability, wider grip, so it's really good for my hyperlapses. But like I said, you needed that proprietary Wi-Fi adapter to do that wireless connection. Now, the control wheel is a second major upgrade. Previously, you had to connect the control wheel to the side of this thing. It's actually quite bulky. I don't actually have it, so because I really didn't need it, to be honest. Now, the Pro Combi they have included has a wireless audio attachment, very similar to the Rode Wireless Go. Now, you can attach the lav mic to this as well, so you don't have this big bulky thing popping out of the top of your shirt. You know, it just looks a bit silly. So you can put a lav mic there as well if you wanted to attach to that. But yeah, I must admit, DJI have done an incredible job making the internal mics sound much clearer. Now, this one is pretty average. Any kind of internal mics is pretty average. The GoPro Hero 9 actually does a really good job, but the new DJI Pocket 2 does an actually pretty decent job. Well, from what I've seen on YouTube anyway. So what if you have all these attachments for the Osmo Pocket 1? Do you actually need to upgrade? I guess it would come down to a wider field of view. Some people wanted that wider field of view, and the only way you're going to get that is the wide angle lens. But now I think it's like a 20 millimeter as opposed to 24, and then you can include the wide angle lens and it gives you much, much wider, which is great. Low lights, would be, I suppose, a better upgrade because it is a bigger sensor and it also is an f1.8 aperture rather than an f2. So it would be slightly better in low light situations, which is kind of cool. And also it has a larger megapixel count when it comes to photos. So that is a pretty big plus side when it comes to those features. But is it enough to actually get you guys to upgrade? What do you think? Comment below. I'd really like to know your thoughts. I want to open up a discussion about this because I'm really struggling to see why people would actually want to invest in the Osmo Pocket 2 or the Pocket 2. But I guess at the end of the day, you know, it's really hard for me to recommend the Pocket 2. Mainly because I don't actually have it yet, but it still is only 4K 60 when it comes to video mode. And if you are a videographer, you may have been looking for 4K 120. We were kind of hoping that would actually be in the Pocket 2, but unfortunately it isn't, because that's what a lot of cameras are coming out with in 2020/2021. But you know, I do feel like DJI have done a fairly decent job in this newest version. But anyway, what do you guys think? I just wanted to make a very quick, simple video just on my thoughts on upgrading on the Pocket 2. I still recommend, if you do have all those attachments on the Pocket 1, it's probably not worth upgrading. You would most likely get more benefit out of buying an actual DSLR or a mirrorless camera and starting investing in those kind of systems as opposed to investing in the Pocket 2. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. That would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you already haven't, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's get it.